Good evening, all. How are you doing this evening? Hey, so this is going to be kind of a brief chat discussion. I'm going to go over all the cool new things that are coming out in, I guess they're planned for 2024, or at least they're planned for some time in the future. Some things are probably going to come sooner than others. Some things, maybe not so soon. But let's talk about them. Let's see what some of the cool new functions and features that they have coming are. They actually have a whole plan for the future. All right, so they've got some pretty cool things coming. I kind of gave it a once over myself. A lot of these things coming up are cosmetic, but there are a couple of gameplay items they have in mind, and some of them will have an effect on how you play the game. They've been starting to introduce more and more cards, of which I will discuss the January releases coming up. We already know about Kyera, but let's go over the coming soons. These are the new ones that are expected at some point. Items are in the final phase of development and almost ready to be released. They're cleaning and polishing and squashing bugs. Their quality assurance team scrapes over the little details and making sure that everything's ready for play. Which ones do I find most exciting? Just off the words, the selectable borders, yes. Selectable borders of all of these things, and the selectable card effects, because I didn't even know that was the thing. I had heard rumors of selectable borders. I heard rumors of new infinity splits. All these things I was aware of, and I gotta tell you, these are the things that matter to me. As I read the details, they're doing exactly what I hoped that they would do, at least in the way it sounds. Album improvements. Some of the things they're going to do here, some functional things to make them a little bit more friendly. We have the albums that you can try to build up, and at first glance, they're kind of cool. You earn things as you get more of them, but it's hard to get all these things. I mean, you got to wait for the variants. You got to be willing to buy the variants. If you don't like the variants, you're like, do I go for it? Because I really want to get the key, because I want to get Captain Marvel. You know, if you want those things, are you willing to buy these cards that you may or may not even like? Now, there are some kind of cool ones here, don't get me wrong. I mean, these Hellfire Gala ones are actually kind of cool. A lot of them are. Do they appeal to your tastes? And that's just it. You got to like the style, right? Because you're going to be trying to get a lot of those cards. And to be honest, one of the new styles I hope they have soon, because I think I want to get as many cards as I can, the fantasy style. I just got me a pretty cool fantasy Angela, and she's cool. And they have one coming out for Juggernaut. There was one I just saw was Psylocke. I wanted it. I wanted to pin it because it cost 5,000 or 6,000. I think it was 5,000 credits. It was an ultimate. Unfortunately, I have a feeling these fantasy cards are going to be ultimates, which is bummer, because it's going to make them really hard to get. It's going to take forever, so you got to pick the ones you want. This is my Angela. I think she is super cool. I love the fantasy design. I think it's pretty slick. The Juggernaut, I've seen it, previews of it. It's pretty dang cool. The Juggernaut is supposed to come out this month. I don't even have any variant Juggernauts. So anyway, they're improving the albums. What they're going to do, they're going to make them different. They're going to have different sizes. They're going to have more ways to collect emotes, because there are emotes in there. Usually they're like one or two of the things in the albums. You'll notice that most of them have some kind of an emote in them. I actually saw this emote. Somebody got the entire thing, because to get him, you have to get all 12 of these cards. I saw a guy play this emote on me. He played it when he won. He got all 12. So the Venomized have been around for a while, so if you've been buying them or getting them since the beginning, you probably have a pretty good shot, because I've seen a lot of these. Venomized is one of the most, and I got to say, the Juggernaut, I had a chance at this a couple times, but I'm not a huge fan of the Venomized. I don't know, something about it feels contrived. I don't know. They are cool. It just feels like weird. I don't know. Gotta say, though, they are cool, and that's probably why they did it, and that's probably all you need, right? They're gonna have a larger parent album, I guess. That's a new thing. That's like because right now, they'll say 12 cards are in this album. Well, maybe they're smaller ones. It'll say make up the Fantastic Four, or some weird thing. They're gonna do smaller ones, easier to collect. But then they'll have these parent albums that say, if you can get all the Dan Hip ones, all the albums that are Dan Hip, You get some bigger, better thing. And so anyway, they're going to do that. It seems like it's minor stuff, but it might make the albums a little more appealing to people, a little more achievable by those people, especially those of us who don't buy constantly, who aren't constantly buying more gold to buy every one of the little cards that they display. And I'm hoping what they're going to do is they're going to make all cards, at least in the cycle, every card that comes out, some way available. Maybe they're super rare, I don't care, but just make them available in a way that the people who don't have the money to be buying all the time have a chance. But I don't know. They haven't made any promises like that, so don't get your hopes up. Selectable card effects and borders. Now this is a cool one. It says here, anything you've earned, unlock your favorite variant. Guess what? It's coming soon. Gone are the days when you had to leave a card in a specific spot or regret upgrading it to a border you like more, away from a border you like more. With custom card, you will be able to keep upgrading variants as much as you want to chase better combos, while setting custom card to your current favorite border and infinity split combo. So there you go. That's pretty cool. So you can go find the border, like if you got that gold and you want to have it with the crackle and you want to have it with the gold border, you can do that. If you can keep chasing them to try to get things you don't have, but the things you've earned, you'll be able to build that card the way you want it. And that to me is awesome. In-game events. Now this is interesting. I saw this and I thought, okay, this is kind of cool. So they're going to have these events. We'll gradually add new and varying types of events. They're going to have the first ones that are going to be like a league where you can get together with people and you'll be matched up against a small number of other players near your skill and collection level. During the event, you will compete to see who earns the most cubes to earn awesome rewards. I'm hoping you can get some cool stuff off of that. Character mastery. I like the idea of getting some custom expressions. They're not emotes, but still, I think it's kind of cool. So when you go check out a card, you go, ooh, cool card, you can use your fancy one instead of that smiley face. You know, they're all the same expressions, I'd imagine. And it's based on how much you get of everything. Has your love of friendly sharks caused you to collect every Jeff variant? And how perfect does that ink split black crackle flare look on your chibi Jeff? Well, now is the time to show off your mastery of playing and collecting each character in Marvel Snap. After character mastery launches, every cosmetic you collect for a character will contribute towards unlocking brand new splits and exclusive rewards. If you thought gold ink and crackle were fun, we have even more fun on the way. Earned your 4th Iron Man variant? Gain Iron Man mastery. Earn your 3rd Gamora avatar? Gain Avatar mastery. Split Venom for the 157th time? Gain mastery. As your mastery for a character goes up, you unlock new and cooler splits and eventually a brand new cosmetic type. Reactions! Exclusively available as a mastery reward for each character. Reactions are the fun emoji you can show off on cards and locations. What if your reaction was Goose or Wolverine? Your opponent will immediately know your dedication and love for that character when you show it off. They really know how to sell, don't they? They really know how to promote this. But I do think it's kind of cool. And there's a couple of characters I like, and it'd be fun to build them up just to get some of these. Beyond that, here is my Brood collection. I've got, what is that? 8. I've got 16 Broods and only 2 variants. No, 3 variants. I think everybody's got the pixels, right? If you've been playing for any time, you've got pixels. Ugh, pixels. Don't get me started on pixels. Because I still don't have a gold background of these guys. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've got 2 inks, but no gold yet. So I'm still working on gold. That's his base color. It's kind of gold, but all right. That's not even my highest one. I think he's just one of my guys. It took me a while with Cosmo. Cosmo, you can see I'm a little over 8. Dawkins getting up there. I got me some Devil Dinosaur, but that's a hard one to promote. I've been trying like the dickens to get a good winter version, Christmas version. God, struggling to get that one. I haven't been playing it as much as I used to because I'm struggling to make it win. But that's it. Back to, I digress. Let's get back to it. So anyway, there you go. There's the stuff. Now, that's the stuff coming soon. So that's cool. We're going to have some cool new things coming up, things to kind of look forward to, build your collections around, something that might keep me playing even longer. These are things that are still being worked upon. They're not quite ready. They may or may not be around later this year, could be next year, who knows. They've got a lot of things they got to lock in. They do seem to be popping things out pretty quick. So maybe every few months we could expect stuff, and possibly one of these things come up. One of the more interesting ones that I saw here, clans might be fun if you know people who play. Like, I might try to see if I can do a clan with my son. He and I play quite a bit. So does one of my other sons. I think he still plays. And maybe I might even invite some people. You know, maybe allow some Patreon members into our clan or into my clan. I don't know. Something of that nature. The next thing, I think booster vats are kind of cool. Now this, I love the premise of booster vats. A way to pick which characters are gonna get the boosters. Don't you hate that sometimes you're trying so hard to build a guy up and you cannot get it to randomly pop up, and you have to play 10 times to get one set of boosters? You go play in Conquest just because it gives you more boosters, so that if you hit it, you get like 15 or 20, whatever the heck it gives you. I don't even know how many it gives you. I haven't been paying that close attention. Anyway, but booster vats, very cool. It's an opportunity to build up specific cards. But booster vats are a new feature geared towards targeting booster acquisition for characters of your choosing. Booster vats will come in sizes. So it doesn't say you have to buy them. It hasn't said that. But it says pick the booster vat size you want to use. Pick the character you want to target. Complete an objective to crack open the booster vat. So it's like get one, do something it says, and then you get the boosters. Or you can use crack open the booster vat and then collect your boosters. So, well, maybe it's not even about playing. Maybe it's like this booster vat is going to get you 50 boosters. This is what I'm thinking. It's going to give you 50 boosters. But you have to win 5 times with that card in the deck, or 10 times with that card in the deck, or maybe you have to play that card 10 times or something, you know, some objective that requires that deck to actually be, that card to be involved, but at least you can build up that booster size. And once you do, and so you might get your normal boosters, maybe you still get 3, 4, 5, but you have this booster vat that once you meet this criteria, bam, you get a whole bunch of boosters for that card, and that would be cool. This is way down the road. Probably more likely we don't see these till late this year, and maybe not even until next year, if at all. Because concept is like, ooh, we want to do this, but we got to make it work, right? We got to be able to get this into the game. So, clan competitions, well, of course, the natural evolution, right? You're going to go have clans, you got to let them fight. So they got to have clans before they can determine what it's going to be. The new game modes. This doesn't even go into too much detail. They don't go into a whole lot with a lot of these. The next step will be that we choose a few to go. So they're going to do prototyping. They're going to try some ways. This doesn't go into any of this stuff in too much detail. Okay, there you go. There is my quick discussion of the future of Marvel Snap.